Rule number one is in war, young men die. And rule number two is there's nothing doctors can do to change rule number one. Well, I'm Mike Myatt and I'm a retired Marine. I was a Major General in the Marine Corps. I served on active duty for 32 and a half years. Some people ask, what is it like to be a Marine? And what I think happens when you become a Marine, it changes you. You look differently, you talk differently, you stand differently, probably more almost at attention. And I kid and I said, I think you even smell differently when you become a Marine. It's the most significant thing that occurs in any Marine's life. There's nothing else that will happen in his life like becoming a Marine. You never can change being a Marine. And we have a saying, once a Marine, always a Marine. And it is so true that you take care of your fellow Marines whether you're on active duty or not. And I think that's very typical of what I'm seeing in Ed Roski and Kent Valley. We were Marines together back in Vietnam. And they're both still taking care of Marines. And in this case, in many cases, they're taking care of wounded Marines. Or in the case of when they help out the Marines Memorial Association, we're taking care of the mothers and fathers of Marines who've been killed. And that's a very important thing. Once a Marine, always a Marine. But it does take everybody's help. And this war touches 1% of the population. There are people that don't even know anybody serving in the military. But there's suffering going on, and there's help that's required. And anything you can do to help us raise the money, to be able to provide that wheelchair or to provide that handicap ramp in the home or to provide that software to give a young Marine help with his traumatic brain injury, or to help us put on the Gold Star Parents event so that the parents can get on with the grieving process. We need your help. We really need people to open their wallets and help us provide the assistance that's so necessary. We have a wall here, we call it the Tribute Memorial Wall, and we have the names, the rank, the age and the date that these young sailors, soldiers, airmen, and Marines were killed in Iraq or Afghanistan. The Gold Star parents come in and sit down at this wall. They'll stay there for hours. One of the things that we find is kind of touching is that they want to touch the particular brick that has their son or daughter's name. In many cases, the brick is too high for them to reach. So I've been down there to watch a father boosting a mother up high enough so she can run her finger over her son's name. And I watch it, she'll trace the name. It's an amazing thing to watch. Well, I was fortunate to participate in the first Land of the Free Foundation golf tournament that was held at the Pacific Palms Resort in the City of Industry in Southern California. Mostly people go to those tournaments just because they want to play golf. The thing that was different about this tournament is it was actually a very patriotic experience. The way the whole tournament started out, we were all sitting there, and before we got in our carts, there's this flyover. And it was just incredible. They also played the song that's the official song of the 1st Marine Division. They played Waltzing Matilda. I was in tears, it was just terrific. But the whole tournament started out with this very patriotic theme. It was really one of the best experiences I've had at anything like that, and a real feel-good experience for all of us. You know, at the end of the tournament, there was the representatives of the 4 charities that were being supported by the Land of the Free Foundation came up on the stage and they presented these big checks. They gave a check to the Marines Memorial Association, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Every dollar that was donated from the Land of Free Foundation went right to Gold Star Parents event that we held. The money that went to the Injured Marine Semper Fi Fund it came at the perfect time because we were right at the point where the casualties were increasing in Iraq. The impact of adding more troops in Iraq meant that we were having more firefights and we were getting more wounded Marines. It's similar to the situation right now with Afghanistan with the surge. It just seemed that blessing that came from the Land Free Foundation helped us get over that hump to be able to help the families of those wounded Marines and corpsmen and soldiers. Let me just say a little bit about some of the things that the fund does with that money. That the VA will buy a van, help a wounded Marine who's paraplegic buy a van. But the vans cost about $45,000 fully equipped with all the equipment so that a paraplegic can drive it. The VA will give them $27,000. And then the rest of that, the veteran has to borrow. And we said they can't borrow it because they don't have jobs. So the fund is actually picking up the delta, the additional money, so that a Marine can get in a van and drive it, and he doesn't have to worry about some big loan. It's such an important thing for those Marines, for their self-image, to be able to drive again and to be able to move around. They're also, we have been discharging Marines from San Antonio Burn Center who are disfigured. We actually, with the fund, are helping plastic surgeons go in and reconfigure their face so that they look human again. And I mean, it's just amazing the different things that the fund has done to help these families and the Marines themselves cope with the wounds of war. And the Land Free Foundation has been superb about helping out on that. There's one other thing, that people don't understand the quality of the military today. This generation of military, this all-volunteer military force, they are the greatest of their generation. And we owe it to them because they're putting their lives on the line so we can continue to enjoy life. And half the time, most of us don't even think of the war, that they're over there fighting in 24 hours a day. But you really should be proud of these youngsters who are serving in the military today because they truly are the cream of the crop. Yeah.
You can see from the emotion and passion of General Myatt how important the work is of the Land of the Free Foundation. In the past, the Foundation has helped many military charities, including the Tragedy and Assistance Program for Survivors, AnySoldier.com, Oakland Military Institute, Wounded Warriors, and the Marine Memorial. This year, we are proud to add the USO, Operation Homefront, Casa Colina, Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation, Racing for Our Heroes, USC UCLA ROTC, Naval Special Warfare Foundation, and the Medal of Honor Foundation. 100% of the funds donated to the Land of the Free Foundation will go directly to these worthy organizations to support the men and women of the armed forces and their families. Please come out and support our Land of the Free Foundation Golf Classic, or sign up to donate on our website. We know you support our troops, and we hope you realize, as we do, that we live in the land of the free because we are the home of the brave.